guys, so what I'm doing here is just going to show you how I cartooned a picture. Now you can do this with your own picture. You can take a picture of a celebrity, you could take a picture of your parents, you can take a picture of whoever you like as long as they have permission. And what you're going to do is basically just take a pencil and you're gonna make an interesting line that divides their face in half. And I just find that a curving line is much more interesting than a line straight down the middle. So I just kind of went with the hair and I made sure that I sort of went down the center of the nose through the teeth, and then I curved it off just for interest's sake. So that's what you're going to do, is just draw a line with a pencil and then just take a pair of scissors, cut it in half, and remove the other half of your picture. So you can use this as a reference picture to look at, or basically you're creating a mirror image, but it's going to be cartoonized, so you're going to be looking at the other half of the face. I like to start by drawing the eyes. For some reason I start with the eyes, then I move to the nose, then the mouth, then I'll go and add the shape of the jawline and the chin, and then I'll usually add some hair, finish with the neck and the shirt. That's just the order that I'm gonna use, that I will work in today. So you pick an order that you think works best for you and go from there. I've drawn the basic outlines of everything, and what I used was actually chalk pastels to shade this in, because it's one of my favorite shading tools, or shading mediums I guess, in the art world, because you can cover a large area much faster and then it blends so quickly. I don't know if you noticed, but I shaded quite quickly, and it wasn't just because it was in time lapse. I actually was able to blend so easily with my finger. Now, if you were in my art room, you'd be using a blending stomp, and that's just basically a rolled up paper that's pointy on one end, and it helps you blend your shading. So you don't have to use chalk pastels. Use whatever you have at your house. Use crayon if you have, use pencil crayon. You can use marker if you want to and make it really highly cartoonized. It's totally up to you. You can see this version isn't super cartoony because I've just kind of reduced his face into simple lines, but it still looks fairly more human, I guess, than the next one that I'm going to show you. One thing I did do was make his eye bigger on this side. I don't know why I did that, it just happened, so I'm gonna go with it. And the next step here is to take a fine tip Sharpie, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight all of the lines, because cartoons often are enclosed with like a black line. If you think of Mickey Mouse and the original cartoons, they have black lines, so that's what I'm choosing to use. You can go with the flow and find something that works for you, but that's what I'm gonna do next. So I'm gonna let you watch as I surround Kane's face with some black Sharpie and make him into a little bit more of a cartoony looking creature. Okay, and for the second example, I have two kids, so I obviously had to cartoon two faces. The second is Reese here. Now again, I did a curving line to make it a little more interesting. I cut it apart, and then what I did with her is I made her way more into a cartoon on this half than she is in real life. Now to do this, there is a bunch of cartoon faces, noses, eyes, ears that you can look at. I have a booklet that I will be uploading with this lesson, so you can look for that when you start to draw, because it gives you some really good ideas as to how you maybe might want to make some face shapes. It's kind of old school, but things haven't changed that much over time. It just gives you ideas of how to make the eyes. You'll look at the noses and say, oh, that nose looks most like my nose. I'm going to use that one right there, a button nose. You can see that there's some different mouths and chins. But if you just look at the other half of your drawing, it'll give you an idea of what you can turn your chin into. We've got quite a few options. I'll be uploading these so that you can take a look with this assignment. So look for that, and just know that this was kind of the inspiration for this half of Reese Piecie's face. So you can see I've got a big round cartoon kid looking eyeball over here versus her real eye. Her lips, I've enlarged them a bit. I made her a curl here in her hair, and I just kind of simplified things, gave her a bow. You can get more creative if you want to choose a photo that has sunglasses or different accessories. It's totally up to you. Make it fun. I'm probably going to add some freckles for her and make her lips bright pink or something fun like that. So use your imagination, and you can make a really funny cartoon. You can make fun of yourself, or you can do it a little bit more realistic. Even though Kane thinks he looks like a devil, he maybe doesn't love the drawing I made of him, but it's just a way that I'd like to show you to cartoon. So don't be afraid to make something that looks not really exactly like you, because a cartoon of you is not going to look exactly like you. So you might want to try this route.